everyone, Amber here from Majestic. Welcome back to my channel. So today I have sewn up another Addy shoulder bag. This is not a full tutorial at all. Instead, on the bottom here where the top stitching is, I am showing another option of how to construct the bag. In the original pattern, I have you sew together the bottom and do the top stitching before attaching this top zipper. And by doing that, it makes it really hard to top stitch the top of the bag. It's like a big tunnel. So in this video, I am showing you a alternate way to construct the bag where we are just sewing the bottom together till one of the final steps, and you can still get that nice top stitch look. So I hope this extra video helps you. I am going to link the full tutorial below because all the rest of the steps are exactly the same as the original pattern. So this just gives an alternate method if you have a machine or if you find it really difficult to do that top stitching as the pattern is written. So I hope you liked the video. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing or giving me a thumbs up. It helps my channel grow and I appreciate it so much. Enjoy! Okay, so I want to show you an alternate way to make the Addy shoulder bag where we can still have the nice top stitching on the bottom of our bag, but it also makes it easier to top stitch along the exterior. So you can see I have both my outside of my bag, the front and back done, and both linings back here. So normally once I finish these to exterior, I would have you sew them together at the bottom with the seam allowance, open it up, top stitch. When we do that, it makes it really, really difficult to top stitch along our zipper. So another option that you can do to still get the nice top stitching on both and make it easier is do not sew your exteriors together when I do in the pattern. We're going to do it after we already attach our zipper to the top. So this is my front side of the bag with the zipper pocket. So I'm going to put my zipper on the same exact way as in the instructions. I am going to baste it down, line up the center marks, baste it in place, and then I'm going to put my lining over it, sew my regular seam allowance, open it up, and top stitch. So I'm going to do that off camera because that part is the same. It's a little bit easier because these exteriors are not sewed together yet. So I'm going to come back once I have that first section on the zipper on and top stitch because it's the same exact way as it is in the written pattern. All right, so I have just attached the zipper on this front side. It's no different than the original written instructions, and neither is attaching it to the back. The only difference is that because our exteriors are not sewed together, it just makes it much easier to maneuver. So we're gonna attach the zipper to the back the same exact way. I sometimes find it easier to unzip, so you can do it whatever way is easiest for you. So I'm gonna clip this on and baste it into place, and I'll show you, I'll come back to show you right before I top stitch it. So basically we are going to baste it in place, put our lining down, sew it like normal, and then I'll show you the difference when we open it up to top stitch. So I'm going to do this part off camera because it's the same exact way as in the written pattern. All right, so I just finished stitching the lining to the second side of the exterior. So now you can see that if we were to flip this over, before our bottom would have already been sewed and we would have had to try to like pull this open and it creates like this big tunnel. But because we did not sew the bottom, we can open it completely. And I find it easier to open my zipper when I top stitch. So now we can just bring it to the machine once we, pull out our zipper, straighten it up. We can top stitch much easier because this is laying completely open instead of having our bottom already sewn up, and now we're trying to maneuver this tunnel. So I'm going to top stitch this, and then I'll show you how we can still get that top stitch on our base. All right, so I have just finished top stitching the back side, which was much easier because this is not attached. So now what we can do is we can take our exteriors, put only our exteriors right side together for right now. I mean, the lining are, but we're not clipping them. So I'm going to clip the bottom here and sew this at the given seam allowance. Only this bottom edge. I'm not doing the sides yet. Okay, so I'll take that to the machine and just stitch along the bottom. All right, so I have just top stitched stitched at the given seam allowance along the bottom, and now we can top stitch this. So we can open up our bag. So now you have a little bit of a tunnel because the way the zipper is. But what I do is it's only on this one side. So I'm going to take it to the machine. I'm going to open this up and flatten out my seams. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to top stitch down one side, and because my zipper opens so wide, I can kind of pull this back and leave it open and top stitch all the way down to the end. Once I get there, I can pivot it under my machine and then come back the other way. So it is a little bit tricky because it still has a little tunnel, but in this case, it's only, like a 2-inch section that has the tunnel instead of, the whole other way. The other option is you do not have to add that top stitching to the bottom. You could leave it just like this and continue putting, right sides together and sewing up around like the rest of the instructions, and your bag will come out fine too. So I'm going to show you the top stitching in time lapse. I've just top stitched down the bottom. So you can see that was much easier having to maneuver with this open zipper. So if you still want this nice top stitching, you could just save it till this later step. And then you would put your linings right side together, the rest of your bag, your exteriors right side together, and you would just continue as the original pattern. All right, so I've completed the bag. I really hope that you have found this video helpful to get that top stitching on the bottom in a different method. Let me know in the comments if you found this useful. And again, if you haven't already, please consider subscribing or giving me a thumbs up. It helps my channel grow. And I appreciate you all so much. See you next time. Bye.